All right.
Uh,
There we
it's
go.
all- I got it. We're recording. Okay.
Cool. So, yeah,
This season is freaking amazing.
I know.
It's so unpredictable. Mercedes 1-2, and now Red Bull 3-4, and Gasly. Gasly is probably the only thing that's predictable. Always in the top six.
No, forever fifth. Oh, forever six. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but oh my goodness! Like, and what was the gap was to Verstappen from Bottas was like 3.5 tenths or something.
Mm.
Where'd that come from?
I do not know. Well, it's all the new engines they take, right?
yeah, true. No.
You know, I actually thought about. I was watching the highlights again today, just like a few minutes before this.
Oh yeah, okay. I haven't seen it.
And a thought came into my mind, which was that maybe this could be a decent strategy, right? Like damage minimization, right?
What do you mean? For who?
Because the thing is, for example, Mercedes has somewhat always had issues with, like, theoretically their designs are somewhat lower powered at Mexico, right?
Yeah, okay.
But if you were to theoretically run your engine at a higher power rate, like say instead of running it at 90%, run it at 100%. Not only do you have more power now, but also say even if Hamilton can't get pole, go Bottas, because Hamilton can't take pole because let's say he's not running his engine at higher mode. But you get Bottas to run at a higher mode, get pole position, and if need be, Bottas has said that he doesn't mind like sacrificing his position. Yeah. So you get Bottas to get pole, and then you like normally you screw him over with like a pit stop or something.
Sorry, I forgot to put my tinfoil hat on. Sorry.
Mine is invisible. But it's not a bad strategy if you think about it. Like if for the next few races, if they can do something like that where they out qualify
VB just takes pole. Yeah.
Then it doesn't even matter, right? Because like if you can take enough points off of Verstappen and Hamilton can come home.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who wins as long as you take the points off Verstappen in the case for Mercedes. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, mate. That's an interesting
conspiracy theories.
I don't know,
but it'd be interesting if that's what they had to do for the next few races. They have enough engines to do that with.
We'll never know, right? They'll never know. The Mercedes will never come out and say we're running Bottas's engine at a higher power rate compared to Hamilton's because now he's got fresher engines, and we'll probably never know that, right? So
that's true. But I guess like if you like look at like
well, I wish we could see the mini sector time because I'm pretty sure like
you can.
Hold on. Okay, have a look. But I'm pretty sure the first sector for Hamilton and Bottas was pretty similar. And that Bottas ahead, but pretty similar. And probably the only difference would have been their exit out of the final corner onto the main straight. Give them a little bit more momentum to gain that top speed. That's my only thoughts. But don't know. But a surprise again with Mercedes 1-2. I'm sure everyone is surprised. It's like, yeah, what? But this season is just, it's so captivating. It's just, what is this season? It's so good. Just cannot predict anything. Love it. I love it. All right. Did you find anything? Did you find the mini sectors?
I found mini sectors for Q3 only though.
What does it say?
Like, they're like best sector times. Like they're from their lap
it's
times.
just single best sector time. Okay, never mind. All good. All right. Well, then, should we start from the beginning and talk about Q1 with good old Stroll's crash?
Yeah.
That was a bit unlucky. That kind of reminded me of what Bottas did in 2019. Very similar. Just got on the outside, and I guess from what I heard, it was quite dirty, which would have reduced his traction and therefore led to an imbalance in the rear end of the car and oversteering. Kaboom! See you later.
Yeah, he got the wiggles. And off he went.
That makes any sense. Yeah, I guess he did, but hey, what can you do? At least he's okay. I don't know. Is he all right? I think he's all right. Didn't look too bad.
Yeah, it did seem like a big shot at least.
Too bad. It's a massive crash. The wheels come off, but yeah. relatively speaking to what we've seen. Yeah, unlucky. And I think Gio did something as well. Italian Jesus did something as well.
Yeah, I think he tapped it, didn't he?
Yeah, tapped it square on.
Mm.
I don't know if there's any damage, but yeah, not ideal to hit the wall, is it? But anyway, what can you do? So that was that. Alonso was out in Q1.
That was interesting.
Well, from what I heard, his first lap was abandoned because of Stroll's crash, and then the second lap he just didn't hook it together. So it was just they screwed up. So yeah, but I don't think Alpine were expecting to do very well here. So,
that's true, and I kind of guess that's like Ocon only did 15. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Giovinazzi, Russell, Raikkonen, Vettel, and yeah, they all beat Ocon. So yeah, I don't know if Alpine was that good. I don't remember what they were like in previous seasons. What Renault were like. I remember the Kvyat Hulkenberg tap at the last corner of the last lap in 2019, but that's it. Yeah, so unlucky to Alpine, but really, otherwise no shockers.
Yeah.
No offense to Mr. Latifi, Mr. Schumacher, and Mr. Mazepin.
Yeah, somewhat expected, isn't it?
Like, yeah, it's pretty expected to be fair. Q2. Is anything else in Q1? Oh yes. That's right. Did you see when Sainz was coming out of the pit lane?
Yeah.
Going onto the main straight, and he had no power, and then he was told to just put in neutral, rev it, and then it will reset itself.
It feels slightly
familiar. I think that's what they said. But what?
Yeah, well, like if you watch the onboard, it was like no power, so he went neutral, then he like shifted up to first, and then suddenly he had more power again. I was like, what? How did this work?
Very strange. It's almost like it's like putting in heaps of revs when it's, but like if it's stationary, and then in holding the clutch in heaps of revs and then engaging the clutch, it's like a rocky start. But
yeah, interesting.
Okay,
maybe some sort of like desync or something like that. Like they have
probably something, right? Probably some desync computer, some software system that's gone like, oh, I've been sitting still for too long. What are we doing? Let's trundle. Let's limp home. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, so he got going, so that's good. Mazepin wasn't that far off Schumacher, I don't think. I've got his 4/10 behind. I don't know. I don't remember what the usual gaps are. I'm pretty sure they're quite large, but that seemed relatively small, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah, like I think ultimately, like
I don't know.
It seems all right, but I think a lot of people I've seen a lot of things where, because Mazepin keeps saying that there's something wrong with his like chassis itself.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised it's a Haas. Sorry.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised either. So like there is like what he claims, I guess, from what the media is saying, is that the reason for his bad performance is that there's something wrong with his chassis, which is possible, or it could just be a mental thing. Like
there's heaps of factors it could be, mate. Like,
so yeah, like who knows? But like 4/10 isn't bad. Like that means, so we really don't know, considering how much of a, I don't want to say shit box, but like I just didn't.
But how much of a bad car it is, considering it doesn't have the power it had in 2019 because the Ferrari engine dropped off. The aerodynamics were terrible in 2019, improved slightly, but obviously not very well improved. And then the cars were just, like, take off some of the floor and see what happens. It's like, okay, let's just chuck it up and see. And there's no development at all, right? So it's like, that's true. That makes sense.
Well, the thing is, the chassis they're using, I believe, are like
last year's chassis. Yeah, it's the same. It's got to be the same chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the RB16B is the same chassis as the RB16, and same with the W12 and W11 for the Mercedes. Yeah. So yeah, makes sense.
I guess it's just one of those things where, like, I think even Grosjean complained about something.
Yeah. So yeah, and Magnussen and everything. Yeah. Oh, by the way, apparently Magnussen was offered Russell's 2021 F1 seat if he went to Mercedes, I think. Interesting.
Yeah, I saw his reasoning for not taking it as well, and I was like,
I didn't see the reasoning, I just saw the headline. What was it?
Well, he was talking essentially that it would be a similar move to him, like to going to like McLaren or something where it wasn't like necessarily on the up and up. There's this, and which is it's kind of interesting considering what they're doing right now. But and also the fact that he essentially he seems like he rated Russell like very highly.
Yeah, well, I think most people do now, which is good.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, at least what he was saying is that they wanted to like get rid of Russell and then take me. Like, why would they want to do that?
Yeah, true.
That was essentially like the gist, at least, that I got from that, like the articles.
I'll need to read the article to be fair, but I just saw the headline. I thought, oh, yeah, okay. So I didn't mind K-Mag. I thought he was all right, but a bit aggressive, but yeah, Verstappen's aggressive.
Yeah, then no one hates Verstappen, right?
Anyway, no, I'm not getting into this, okay? Slipstreaming. Let's talk about slipstreaming. Yeah, they're all slipstreaming each other. Norris for Ricciardo and Tsunoda for Gasly, and then Tsunoda bottled it at the end. And as I think Helmut Marko said, the Red Bulls got Tsunoda'd. Which is funny.
Like,
okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not ideal. Before we talk about Tsunoda, good on Norris for giving Ricciardo a slipstream. I don't think I imagine it probably did help a little bit because I did expect the Ferraris to be better than McLaren's, but they're pretty even actually, to be fair. So that's good. That's good. We'll see what happens. Tsunoda, I remember he went up to like P3 and Q2s. He was on the soft tires. I was just like, "Yoo, hello." But then,
he seems to have a bit of pace.
Yeah, his soft tires, and everyone was on the mediums, so
that is true.
Yeah. Don't know the discrepancy there, but yeah, he's got some pace. It's good.
Like Rookie I guess, season. Like I'm just taking a look. The only one that could have done a top 10. So Perez did a Q2 lap time with, I believe, with a soft, if I'm not correct.
No, it was a medium.
Was it?
Yep, didn't use softs. I'm pretty certain of that.
It says a soft here, but maybe he never put a lap in with a soft.
I'm pretty confident he did it only with the mediums. I never saw anything with softs. I could be wrong.
Fair enough.
I'm just, I don't know. I'll trust the data then that's there.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, fair enough. But it wasn't too great from Tsunoda. I don't know. Why wouldn't you just why would you go off the track to get out of the way? You just distract people. Like, why wouldn't you?
I don't know if it was a mistake. I haven't watched that.
Oh, of course it might have been. He might have been trying to get out of the way and made a mistake. Yeah, for sure. Maybe he got a little bit oversteer turning right.
Or like maybe he was on a hot lap or something and he locked up or some shit like
something like that.
Because
it is what it is. Doesn't matter. Moving on then. Yeah. Okay. Bottas pole. Hamilton second. Verstappen third. Perez fourth. Gasly fifth. How good's that? But I saw Bottas's pole lap. That was good. It was just so smooth and so clean. I don't think he overcorrected anything, but it looked like it was on the limit the whole time. I mean, mind you, I don't really know what it looks like to be on the limit, but it was just like on rails almost, like last year's car. So that was good, but well done for him. And did you see the award he got? He got two awards. He got the pole position award and then a replica of Fangio's helmet.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Nice. Interesting tidbit though. According to the F1 subreddit, now I thought it would have been like Barrichello or something, but Bottas apparently has the most poles without a World Drivers' Championship now.
Yeah, I remember hearing that somewhere. Yeah.
I don't think that's the record he wants, but
no, I
think he would much rather a World Drivers' Championship. But
I agree. It's kind of like Hulkenberg's record of how many race starts without a podium.
Yeah,
poor bastard.
So he's got 19 now, and they got René Arnoux with 18, Sterling Moss at 16, and Massa at 16, and then Barrichello with 14. Considering how low Barrichello was in the sport in like decent cars, I would have thought he had more poles. But that being said, his teammate was Schumacher, so
Bottas's teammate is Hamilton.
Exactly.
It's like, makes sense. Yeah, okay, it's interesting. Yeah, probably not the record you'll want, but maybe he'll win next year with Alfa Romeo. We'll see.
Yeah.
Probably not, but we'll see.
Who knows?
As I said before, so it was Gasly then Leclerc. So Gasly fifth, Leclerc sixth. Gasly's great, mate. Oh, always up there. I think like he's been in like the top six. Like I don't know. I saw a stat somewhere like how many races have gone by? Like 18 races or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is the 18th race or 19th race. Sorry. Yeah, it's a 19th race. And like out of like 14 or 15 of them, he's been in the top six. Like, who are you? You're in an AlphaTauri. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think he's just. It's kind of like he's spent so much time now with that AlphaTauri that he's just so in tune with it. He knows like what his setups and everything have to be. Like,
yeah.
He's like perfected what that car needs to do, and also the car is fast. Like that's not.
The car's fast.
The car is fast, so.
It's also that team effort, right? Like if you sync well with your team, I think you can make a massive difference. You just boost your morale, boost your confidence, right? It's like when Norris now staying at McLaren and Ricciardo going to be staying at McLaren as well, right? Like I remember hearing in an interview, he wants to stay at McLaren because he loves the team and he knows they can deliver him and help him. And it's like, good on you. It's like when Hamilton was, mind you, he did go to Mercedes in 2013, but that being said, like, stayed at McLaren, then went to Mercedes, then hesitate like, I shouldn't have gone here. I should have gone here. I think that was Ricciardo's biggest mistake, not taking the offer from McLaren in 2018 and going to Renault. Thinking, obviously, we all thought Renault would be up there. We didn't think McLaren would jump up that quickly, but yeah, it just didn't seem like he gelled well with the team.
Yeah.
When I say the team, I probably don't mean the team members. I like the regular personnel. I'm sure they're fantastic. And it seems like, to be fair, it seems like the team like him as well. Alpine now, they really like him. But I don't know, maybe there was just something that just didn't quite work. Like, obviously the expectations you expected, but.
Yeah, I think ultimately, though, like, I don't think lots of people expected Renault to be that good anyway. Like, Renault's been one of, like, especially in the hybrid era, it's been, like.
Not ideal.
Yeah, it's been like a team or a brand with broken promises, essentially. Like they promised like a lot of things, especially even with like the Red Bull days. They promised a lot of things, but they
never delivered.
Never really delivered.
Over promised, under delivered. Yeah. Worst thing you can do. Yeah.
So
shame.
Yeah, it was. I guess like there was with all the comments at the time, like why would you know what that engine can do? Why would you go to that? Which makes sense. But at the same time,
although that being said, like maybe the reason we didn't want to stay at Red Bull, besides the obvious, besides Max becoming the center of the team, is Honda. Like we don't know how well Honda's going to do.
Yeah,
massive risk to take Honda.
Yeah, and I think what they did with putting it in the AlphaTauri a year before and then just taking a shit ton of penalties was one of the best things they could have done. Because that allowed them to
develop it.
Develop
That's
it,
right.
figure out their issues.
Benefits of the B team.
Yeah. And it seems to have worked out well for them. Hopefully it works out well in the future as well.
Hopefully. But it is what it is. Anyway, well, I've got nothing else to talk about. I think we've got a pretty exciting race tomorrow that I can't watch, and I don't know if you can watch.
I don't think I will.
Because
I'll just watch it like as a recording of a screen.
I think I'll have to do that when I get home from work. But yeah, seems all right.
I think the only thing else to add is Raikkonen. He didn't
qualifying.
Yeah, with the pit lane in exit. Thingy.
Forgot that even existed. Did he get reprimanded?
Yeah, he got reprimanded. So no penalty, but reprimanded.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But just like
it was
at least there was just a reprimand, not a penalty. I thought it was a penalty. Sorry. Okay.
It seems. I was taking a look at the things going on the subreddit, and it seems that even though Tsunoda is getting a lot of shit for what happened, and it seems that Marco's being Marco.
It is what it is.
Well, no, it seems that it wasn't even his fault. It seems that it might be a little bit his fault, but it seems a lot like poor engineer communication. Because apparently they never told him to slow down. So And he wasn't supposed to be out there because I think he just gave a toe to Gasly and that's it. So like it wasn't even. So he was just.
This is what it is.
Yeah. Also, the fact that like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Perez. I don't know why Perez followed him. Like.
Yeah. No, I think Perez, from what I heard from Brundle on Sky commentary, saying Perez got distracted, and then probably had a bit of a hiccup and like, nearly hit him as well. Forgot to mention that. Like Tsunoda was there and he just missed him. It's like, okay. Anyway, I will say though, the Mexican fans are pretty cool. It's kind of giving me a similar atmosphere to the USA as well as Zandvoort and to an extent Monza. Like it's very excited. They're happy for Checo Perez, which is good. But
yeah, like look, I would have loved like a Checo or a Verstappen pole, but at the same time, I'm not unhappy about a Bottas pole. Like
Would you be unhappy if it was Mr. Sir Lewis Hamilton?
I'll be fine, but I'll be less so happy than I am for Bottas at the
moment. Fair enough. Anyway, we know where your allegiance lie. So, no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Break to the religion of Robotas.
Yeah, the fans are cool. I think it'll be good. I like the stadium part, even though not much action goes on there. The stadium's cool, and the podium there's cool, and the podium should be pretty cool. So, I've said cool like 4 or 5 times now. Moving on. All right, I think that's it. I got nothing else to talk about.
Sounds good.
Let's talk about the race probably a couple of days after it finishes by the time we watch it. Yeah. Anyway, at least it's not 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's true.
At least it's not 1 a.m. Yeah.
That is true.